they're one of the better balanced teams in college basketball. Number 8 defense, according to Ken Pom. Number 21 offense. Main thing, I think, for them, though, is stopping Jabari Smith Jr., one of the best players in the nation, and then, playing good defense on their other guys. And I think Arkansas will switch at times, man-to-man, but having guys like Tony on Smith in a hypothetical here is important. Williams on Kessler, Amude on guys like Flanagan, and then shooting guard, point guard. You can have Devo, JD, and Likes even will probably play some time off the bench. I don't know how much, but he might see some in this game. Arkansas wants to take down Auburn, though. They've got to play really good defense. Now, looking at the other side, in a hypothetical championship game, you're looking at either probably Tennessee, Kentucky, or Alabama. As I'm recording this at around 6 on Thursday night, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Alabama, and Kentucky are all possible options. But for time's sake, I'm going to be talking about Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama. Tennessee's very well-rounded team. Again, one of the best defenses in the entire nation. They've had a pretty good offense this year, been able to swing around the ball. Main thing for Arkansas here in this one is defend the three. That's something they didn't do that well last time against Tennessee, and they've got to get on a good start against Tennessee. That they were able to do that in the game at home, but the game on the road, they really struggled. Arkansas has played Tennessee. They know the strength of this team. Guarding guys like Vescovi, Kennedy Chandler will be very important in this one. Kentucky, the main thing here is we got to rebound the basketball better. Oscar was incredible at Arkansas. He had 30 points and 18 rebounds. I mean, a player putting up that stat line and the other team winning a game is very rare to see. In this one, though, Arkansas playing defense on the guards of Kentucky. Ty Washington, Xavier Wheeler will be key in this one. Tennessee, very talented team. Probably the best true shooting percentage in the SEC. Again, Tony playing defense on Grady was huge in their last game. Grady was a 1 out of 3 from the floor, only 3 points. This season, he's been averaging 11.9 for the Wildcats. So the main thing here for Arkansas is limit the play of Tshiebwe and then limit the other shooters that Kentucky has to win that one. Arkansas did lose at Alabama earlier this season, only by 1 point on the road. Main thing in this one was Alabama was just shot better. I mean, Arkansas shot 31.4% and shot the ball 70 times. Main thing against Alabama, Arkansas, knew how to guard them in that last matchup. And, Alabama only shot 43% from the floor, 24% from 3. Arkansas in this game, obviously, Mude, Note, Williams, everything I've said kind of carries on, but they have to shoot the ball better than they did in this one. Now, I've got Arkansas beating LSU, obviously, but I do think they fall to Auburn in the semifinals. Auburn are a really well-rounded team, and I think the play of Kessler, Jasper being back for them is huge, just in terms of consistency and lineups and such. Is huge for them, and then Jabari Smith, man, he's one of the best players in college basketball. However, though, I wouldn't be shocked if Arkansas did make it to the championships, beating Auburn again, but I think a championship against a team like Tennessee or Kentucky would be really tough. I do have Kentucky winning it all, though, in the SEC tournament. I think Alabama ends up beating Vanderbilt. I mean, obviously, when I release this, it'll be done with, but I think Kentucky, very talented team. Tshiebwe's been incredible for them overall this season. And then I think guys like Keon Brooks for Kentucky will step it up here in this SEC tournament. It should be a really good weekend of basketball, though. I'm really excited. Like I said, Arkansas, the 4 seed here. They've got a tough matchup looming if they beat LSU against Auburn. But it should be a really good weekend of college basketball, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And I really think Arkansas will still be in good position to March Madness. I think the number one thing in this is just make sure Tony is good to go. I mean, there's no reason to stretch him for this tournament and put his health at risk. So if Tony's good to go, play him. If he's not, don't stress it. But yeah. Now I'll have a recap of this tournament up on Tuesday, and then I'll talk about Arkansas seed potential matchups based off of there. And then next week, I'm also doing a podcast. I'm going to talk about the women's basketball team and their first matchup in the NCAA tournament. So stay tuned for those episodes next week, releasing 3, and then I'll be previewing if Arkansas wins that one, the next game, and such. But lots of good matchups here going on for the Hogs. It'll be huge, though, to see their bracket. But yeah, signing off. Woo Pig Suey.
That's all for today's episode of All Hog Sports with Sam Stimson. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode covering all Arkansas Razorback sports. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media too. On Twitter and Instagram at All Hog Sports Pod. Like on Facebook at All Hog Sports and Arkansas Razorbacks Podcast. And on YouTube at that same name. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Go Hogs!